What's cooking, good looking? Welcome back to what could be the very last map of day 2 here in Leipzig. It's the Group B decider match that has already gone one map deep, Blonders. We saw North with a very, very successful first side on Nuke. Kind of challenged in that second half when they swapped over, but they gave themselves such a great lead that, of course, they figured out the solution to Heroic. They closed that one down, and now we transition onto their map choice of Overpass.
Yeah, it looked like they could have lost, but the game plan was exactly what they needed. They just needed to have a good first half. They did that. And then they struggled a bit in the second half, although they still looked decent.
Yeah, there was
and
a
then
lot
pulled it off. They still looked decent. So, I mean, like, Heroic seemed like they could have caught up if they were a bit luckier and they had a bit of a better first half, but that didn't happen. North were the better team.
Yeah.
You got to give it to them. They were just a better team, even if it was only by a small margin on that first map.
A handful of woulda, coulda, shouldas.
Exactly.
You know, that Heroic are now going to kind of beat themselves up about, maybe after the fact, but they don't have time to really linger on what happened on Nuke because they need to focus at what is to come, and that is Overpass, the map choice of North, and one that I think they are going to have an advantage on. So I think that, unfortunately for Heroic, this is a bit of an uphill battle, and especially for some of their players, man. I want Stown to come online right now.
It's tough, dude. I mean,
now.
You never know. Sometimes, like, honestly, today my brain feels like spaghetti, but I can't tell you why.
Yeah.
Right, for Ston, he's not hitting shots. I'm sure he can't tell you why. He is a player who's super good consistently, but right now just seems like he's struggling. And hopefully he does get out of that rut. Maybe that 5 minutes, that bathroom break, you know, maybe he had a snooze. I don't know what he does. Whatever he did to get him back on top, or just to clear his head, hopefully that worked, and he is back on the server because it was affecting the map on Nuke. It was affecting
100%.
Every single round that he wasn't able to get a kill. I mean, a lot of the rounds, I should say, they were getting plants, they were winning because of it, so he's, again, a player they use in high frag positions and often alone.
Like this one. Prime example of it. He's playing this A site, and he hasn't seen anything at long A, despite jumping multiple times here. They're already about to hit this site. Now, he calls with a bit of panic, but that frag grenade from the CT could be intended to soften them up. They opt not to throw it until the plant goes outwards, and excellent.
Beauty.
Ooh, yeah. That's a nice bit of utility there, Mohan. Blow the bomb planter into smithereens, and then get ready for the retake with a man advantage. They jump through the smoke with a well-timed flashbang, but here's the response from North. 2 headshots. Borup does one better. Kierby, 1v3 clutch attempt. He's got a player guarding the bomb diffuser. He's got to get all these headshots, but it's way too hard.
Guarding him, bye-bye.
Yeah, Heroic's going to go ahead and take pistol. Excellent way for them to start a CT side on a map choice that is not theirs. So
yeah,
I'm down. Like, just right there, that level of preparation on the A plant, I feel good. You know, I understand that this is the choice of North, but if there's anything we take away from that, it's like, well, Heroic aren't slouches here.
Yeah, it's actually really hard to get the nades off before the plant actually gets before the bomb gets planted.
Yeah.
Like, you can get ready really quickly, but to release the nades, to have them land as soon as you have confirmation the bomb started to go down, it's hard to stop the bomb beforehand, and they at least were able to get a kill and do a little bit more damage, even if the bomb did get planted. But the round could have been worse for Heroic, if not for that. So a lot of cool stuff there from North. And I think also Ston didn't shoot the first guy that crossed in front of Bank. Instead, let him cross and then told Borup about it. And then Borup hard cleared it when he came out and got that 3-piece. So I think that was partly due to the information that was gained by the young lad.
Big old buy on each side, of course. Down. He was jump spotting A site last time. Now he's over here towards Barrel. And he's got the cover of Borup to get that first kill on the board. MSL, immediate trade frag, and Borup, almost overwhelmed, comes up empty-handed, but at least does nab another. Now, bombs planted again for North. The question is, can they hang on while the retake starts to get going? MSL underneath these 3 CTs comes back into the action, leaves Snappy on 1 HP. But look at the health here for North. It tells a tale of what could have been.
Wow. I think it comes down to AZ's kill, potentially. Wow, MSL with the 3K. That's beautiful.
That's a big one.
Wow, yeah, that is beautiful. Okay.
Robs the M4.
Yeah.
Just shatters the hopes of Heroic in terms of starting the CT side nice and clean. They got their pistol. They have to eat a force buy loss.
And as you mentioned, Ston was in lower playing that headshot position, jump spotting, dropped the smoke just in time. There was a chance there. Borup got teased between 2 players. Wasn't sure what the best fight was to take. could have made more of it if he saw one earlier on the site. He just had to peek a little bit more, but there was no way for him to know for sure. And then here is the entry from MSL, an upgrade that comes a little bit later, but it's the Galil to do the breadth of the work. Really nice from Pitt as well. He has been pervasive in the action.
Yeah, look at the...
Bragging like the best of them.
The sad, limp by that heroic combined. Okay.
Did we just...
Yeah, which... Wee!
Oh, that's a lot. That's a few too many faces for Katie. He's out of there.
He sprints backwards as fast as
I know
he
too
came
much.
Yeah. Whoop, never mind.
It sucks for North. You see, like, you get spotted, like, you get all of your teammates spotted out at long. Your pants are down.
But is it enough to keep them away from what they want to do, which is just hit this long into A site? They're going to take that one FAMAS in the hands of Snappy, boost it behind the fence.
I bet he gets cleared.
Yeah, someone's coming in, swinging on this. Let's see. Yeah. Gade, whether that was preemptive or responsive, we will find out in the replay perhaps, but what's important is that he's toppled the one gun. It falls into the hands of Esophax, so at least that position is one where the FAMAS is added right back into the action. But damn, these pistols doing work. We've got this cut down to the 2 versus 2 with the bomb in the open. That would have been great for Cadian, except the Molly obscures this vision, and now Cajun giving cover, sees both. The Galil hammering it home, as North also sustain casualties in a round where they have the advantage, but at least they take it over the line.
Heroic could have just won that if they just were able to win those 2 duels. It was straight up 50-50, and yeah, Gade comes out ready for that, so that was pretty good stuff. There was a chance, I guess, that Snappy still wins. There was a high time to kill for him coming out of long. But yeah, it was tough for North because they were kind of funneled into taking long. It's hard to readjust from that situation. A couple of good grenades here that go into Heroic. I don't know if anybody helped out Kirby, but there was no assist, so 100 damage grenade potentially on the Cadian. There were no bullets to assist.
Easy pickings. Yeah.
The best entry fragger on the server, apparently.
Yeah, he's in his now North entry, he's North op, he's North IGL. I think he just is North.
He is Counter-Strike, right? Galaxy mind of CSGO. You coughing over there, buddy? You sick?
I just inhaled lettuce.
Oh. You've always got weird vegetables in your mouth.
Don't tell them.
Well, we're back to it. Back to a goodbye. Katie on the Mon with the Plon. Op. Lightning strike in hand. Watching the cross on Fountain. And X-Ray made that a little bit more scary than it was. It's actually a player just jumping up onto the slide to go for a jump peek. We get some information on him. Short control here for North as Dave takes some liberty, moves up quick. Spots a player crossing out. Didn't want that fight. Lucky to be alive. MSL pops the top off of Snappy as he is boosted to look into short B.
MSL is just doing it all. You know, he came in today. He's like, all right, guys, here's the game plan.
I'm going to do it all.
Yeah. I'm going to win this.
Break.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, team. How much more? How much more can Heroic get going for them? Because thus far, they have nothing. And this is not another little tidbit of a pistol by Mohan. You know, this isn't a curb purchase. This was a full-fledged gun round.
Yeah.
And you can see, even with the amount of utility that's left up on North, they've really not invested much into deleting them here. So now as the final crunch onto the bomb site comes in, let's see if Stown can wreak havoc. He's dropped that bomb carrier while fully blind, but he fires to the sky. And down they all go. 4 for North in the first 5 here on their T side. That's got to be a good feeling.
That's awesome. Yeah, they're coming out. They're winning the duels off of map control. As we see here, a couple of these kills come through the boost, and then they execute because that's just the smart thing to do, right? They're putting the fun in fundamentals right now. Okay, yeah. They're winning the round in the default. They're going into the execute when they're supposed to, and they're executing when they're up, which is the ideal situation. So getting away with that every round is fun. And if they can continue to do that, they will continue to have fun. And Heroic, on the other hand, back on pistols, not so fun.
Shoots through. Once he hears that door swung open, he knows there's a player in front. AZ, triple kill with the Krieg.
Triple kill.
He was the one getting pinched upon, but he slaps him back. Oral's down, left alone again, and also uneventful.
Despondent.
MSL rips him apart. Starting to feel a bit like our last series launders. We've had nothing but 2-0s today.
Do you think the coach in this situation is like, okay, all right, so everything's going super well. How do I take credit for this win? Quickly, guys, like, do I have to dab everyone up? Do I call attack pause and just say some stuff?
You know, the team walks away, everybody's at 100% headshot percentage, and he's like, great prep, guys.
Yeah, the prep, it was all, we won that, we won that. We won that by doing homework.
I thought it was interesting, actually, when we talked to Essetag in between series, and he was saying that Heroic really tried to big brain Hunden yesterday by playing the map that they literally never play.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Hunden's brain's too big, and that obviously kind of backfired. I don't think they really tried to pull a gimmick here in this one. I think Heroic are competent on Nuke, and they could have gone with the Vertigo pick. Our analyst did touch on that. But I feel like, you know, after kind of licking your wounds from Dust 2 yesterday, it's like, hey, let's just stick to what we know.
Yeah, it is tough, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad at the map, but they could have got unlucky as well. Was that best of one? Okay, hold on a second. No, Essetag, opening kill for Heroic. That's nice. A sight for sore eyes. But the full buy is still in effect for North. They come through. KB looks for the trade, can't get the trade. Essetag still got more to show. Also, tons of life left over.
I mean, he gets out of that undamaged.
Yeah.
He was pinned into the smallest little cubby. And props to him.
Oh my God.
At this.
Kirby can make it.
They know.
Play with it already. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Wow, it's Essetag to continue to have impact after escaping stairs. That was not an easy situation to get away from.
I mentioned it. Speak of the devil. He's using that black magic all over mid and frickin' walks away with the 3K, so. All right, but the round's not over. There are still losses to be had for Heroic if Gade and MSL can claw their way into it, but taking that much damage by clearing long A is not a good spot to be in. And Cadian, with a swift headshot, puts down MSL. Bomb in the open, but Gade slips in somewhat. He's seen by the player Van, and there it is. A second for Heroic, so that's all they needed, a little connector control, but that was not some kind of orchestrated team play. That was a one-man army.
Yeah, that was Essetag.
This one's something, but the second kill is just glorious. Just, he knows he's there, he kind of peeks it twice and then commits to that spray down through the staircase. So props to Essetag, tip of the hat.
Yeah, and he does do the extra damage to Kirby as well as some more damage when he rotates around to long. So he almost basically does an eighth's worth of damage in that round all by himself. But as you mentioned, all by himself. And you've obviously gotten the height and the team aspect of this, especially in this situation where North seems to be playing at full capacity. If they're going to have like a really successful half in general. Great damage. That's a headshot combined with a couple of body shots on Cajun inside the stairs. They have come out on the worst side of the spam duels from short in the past, so probably a little bit nervous.
I like to see that Heroic aren't playing too scared. You can see them starting to poise up here towards Monster. An attempted read there. That was a trio of grenades. Just Hellfire missile. And nothing lands, Launders. All that effort, nothing.
Yeah, gotta shoot your shot sometimes.
However, this Monster smoke's about to fade. It's gonna open up the B site for a potential hit. I mean, the entirety of North are here, waiting on the doorstep, but they're not knocking. Gonna try to use that element of surprise. Well-timed flashbang. Gade getting ahead of the smoke, but he is then cut off. Excellent. Down, locking it down. He's gonna be challenged from short, and he nabs himself another. Snappy sees Cajun close on Pillar, drops him, and a 3 versus 1 against MSL. But the Shadow is gonna help him here. However, the empty mag will not. 1 HP, 20 seconds, he is doomed. He's not even gonna get away. So a third for Heroic, and that's excellent for them. They needed to start recuperating rounds as quick as possible. Once those 5 were already added to the tally of North, I mean, you were playing with fire at that point.
Yeah, and it wasn't too hard either. It was just a couple of individual plays once again, but just Stone offered up some kills. He's playing a spot once again. He's got to get a couple from his position. Gets that first spam through the long smoke. and then he turns his attention to short, gets another one, falls right into his lap. So that's good. Again, just kind of rooting for Ston for some reason to just kind of at least play at his baseline.
Yeah.
You know, because he has a very high baseline.
He's up there now. You know, he's in the mix.
Uh-huh.
I've been kind of surprised by the amount of different positions we've seen him in already here on Overpass. I mean, remember, he's starting the game up on A site. He's then over towards barrels. This time they moved that barrel play towards Monster, and thank goodness they did, because clearly North have a bit of prep. Not hard to predict a player on barrels, perhaps.
You mean the triple nade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, going for it.
Yeah, I found that, like, I think with the Strawless, there was a lot more, when they would do their double nades, it was a lot more towards the wall in between long and short, and they would, I think, more often throw their nades there as opposed to throw them to headshot. Not sure if that's just, I can't recall if that was because of a specific team or if that was just in general, but I think it was just in general. Maybe they find that players would end up there more often, or just right around the pillar, you'd get some residual damage on that if you threw it in that area as well. MSL,
Nice.
at the peak, loses the duel to Cadian. Cadian picks that up and runs away, no problem for him. Damage done to Cajun B as well. Another good start to the round for Heroic as they make this comeback. They try to roll back into this half.
For a moment, like maybe Cadian was going to walk into MSL's scope, but just as Cadian started creeping forward, MSL also opts not to hold the same angle. Holds that W key, gets an L. Got the creep and crawl towards bathrooms. I mean, North at least still playing with numbers nearby, so not inside of short, not outside of Monster. Looking to sink their teeth into the A site. Cadian's ops still posted. Cajun or Kierby could end up roasted if this mid-hold stays strong, because you've got 3 members of North coming in off of long A. Cadian extending further and further out middle. That smoke on the door is nice, but once it fades, then all of a sudden his position's in question and he might get caught. Scary situation, but a great frag grenade versus Gade to soften him up. 30 seconds left. Utility starts to rain in. Cadian's back's turned. Kierby sees that for just a moment, but they know that this is where the pressure is on long. And there's the trade frag, essential, coming out of Kierby and AZ. Snappy close on sight, dropping that device and leaving just Kierby to clutch. He knows he's on site, but he just can't find him. And he gets peeked by the opposite side. So Heroic with a solid hold, a crucial hold in this moment.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and again, they're in limbo on the site, waiting to try to get a plant, and Cadian is able to get his 2 kills as well as Snappy. So a nice hold on an individual level once again. And it's once their territory has been breached, right? They're already in the site. So that's super cool to see for North. Or for Heroic, excuse me. They come back and they're close now. They're within 1 of being able to tie this up. We've got a pause called. Attack here for North. The first of their half.
Yeah, why not now? Heroic are getting a bit more comfortable. That was a crucial round just because, you know, for a moment there, I was fixating on Cadian and whether he had his attention turned to the bathroom's door or the side entrance. In the end, he actually ends up whipping around and taking one of those long players down without Kierby peeking into his back and trading that straight away. So it's one of those moments where, like, Cadian could have come up completely empty-handed, could have looked foolish, and instead he holds the line, makes some impact. But here's Estetag in connector. T's just filtering past him. Kong the line towards the B site, right into the rifles, and it's easy pickings. AZ will get 1. Oh, make that 2. Finds himself with an M4. Wants nothing to do with the plant. Just kind of slows things down, makes it awkward. Oh, but Kierby's got the Deeg. Come on, baby. What are you made of?
This is one of those situations, isn't it?
Uh-huh. One of those rounds where it's just a couple headshots away. Heaven player, unless he peeks into the open's not going to stop it. Kierby doesn't realize that he's already let the player cross towards water, and that will cost him. Snappy finds the bomb, figures he must be lurking around somewhere. Easy does it, but considering that was just an all-out pistol rush, not too shabby.
Yeah, could have been worse.
Yeah.
As we just recount the mowdown here, all the SG bullets flying out, ringing out into these unarmored opponents, these poor unarmored players. It is now Heroic who have tied up with North at 5-5. It seemed like North are just going to run away with this half just like they did on Nuke. no longer the case. Bit more comfort here. The initiation of the round. Oh my gosh, Cadian, wonderful shot. Takes the cap right off of MSL's head. Goodbye, New York. And there it is, K. Yerby to help out as well. And the answer back to Heroic's initiation. Cadian's traded out. Borup is gone. But Ston, he is fragging now. He is back on the server. Yep. That's a long kill done. And it's a trade to the player who actually got the last kill as well. An important tag. I think we're going to follow his lead, take their attention over towards Long B, and now can do the same thing, but want to do it more slowly. And we'll have to clear out right side tunnel as well.
One of those moments where if we see Kier be successful on that monster hit, if Stown doesn't take him down, then they're already in full control of the B bomb site.
It's like game over, yeah.
They'll still have to try and unroot him. But Falling Silent has allowed Heroic to get it on the offensive, and a foot seen by Cajun B, maybe even one further. No, Cadian. Excuse me, Snappy. What? Able to drop him from above. So another 2 versus 2 down to the 30 seconds. I mean, these are some nitty-gritty moments.
Interesting. I mean, Ston's not on the right anymore. It depends how sure they are that he's over here. They might even clear out Monster. Yeah, this buys some time, but he hasn't actually looked. Oh my God, they actually tagged him by spamming. The pre-fire nets him a kill. That's huge. AZ, does he know where Snappy's rotating from? I mean, he was last known top of stairs, but assumed that the rotate had come out. Snappy did make his way outside to bathrooms, and maybe they heard some of those footsteps and thought he just continued on with that rotation, but Snappy just came back through the stairs. I guess that was maybe the lesser expected battle. But yeah, this is, Snappy can kill.
I would have loved to have seen that shot through the bomb site wall on the player in red.
Just literally spammed in the pit.
There's no way that he was seen, that's just...
Yeah, it's just people are always in pit, so just spam through it. And then luckily hit a headshot so you could hear.
Yeah. Information gained, and more importantly, a round added to the tally. Heroic now in the lead. So all things considered, this was once a 5-1 game to the favor of North. How the turntables. 3 smokes, single flash, and a molly for North's pistol round. We've seen them in these awkward economic spots at times. Cadian's gonna throw that frag out. Ooh, there it is, big damage. With the Molotov on top of it, the utility is really the champion of this round, and if you need to crown a queen, it's Esatag. Nice hold. They lose nothing in that one.
Yeah, he was Cersei in that round. That was nice. Okay, so that's a much cleaner eco round, much more fast-paced round than what we're used to seeing. Interesting to see North actually run through the outside bathroom smoke with their wall smokes coming out. Seemed like it was a good call, but the counter nade utility was also really great from the site. So Heroic deal with that, no problem. Esatag comes out with a Molotov and a flash high over. They do respond by running through it. Esatag now into the stairs. I think Cadian's up and pushed out towards Long. Player jumping around beside him. I don't know if they'll expect this by the way they're playing around here, but it seems like he might be netted an op frag. He's deep enough.
Ooh, it's close, but either a collateral perhaps. You trade him on the op cycle, but ooh, damn, he even gets back behind the rock. He knows he's still in a wicked tough spot, but so close to a second frag there. Only gets 1. And unfortunately, while he dies, there's also an additional kill.
Yeah, Esatag on the stairs. The man who started the round with the first couple of nades.
The entirety of their A setup. So that's why we see 2 peeled back from Heroics. Down, going to be alone on this B side again. We've seen him here. He's done enough at times to set up his teammates to finish the round.
You can hear stuff, yeah. He's close enough to the wall. Borup's decided to rotate in and commit.
Ooh, the monster flash is big right now. Yeah, oh, they turn, but it doesn't matter. He's done a bit of damage, but is it enough? Borup slips into the barrels, AZ jumping over them, leaving Snappy 1v3. Molotov, flashbang, and a bomb plant for the other side. So he just tucks tail.
That was tough. Ston came out perfectly with the flash, spammed, instant 1-bullet headshot adjustment, so that's tough. He could have easily gotten 2 kills there. And then it was a fantastic follow-up flash on Borup as he tried to make his way over to headshot, got a kill, picked up the slack, but North were very tight on the timings with the flash, with the entries, with the spacing, so you gotta give him credit. That was a nice round. to come back into it. And then also the trade on Cadian, that was definitely much needed, and Gade was able to come through huge with that one, on top of Cajun dying early, or sorry, Cajun killing Esatag early. Bomb goes off. North now climb back to try to match up against the comeback from Heroic.
Yeah, I think they're doing a great job. I mean, you know, all things considered, losing 6 in a row does kind of sting. You could have had a blowout of a half, but they're still par for the course here. So no harm, no foul. Trying to add a couple more to the scoreboard before swapping sides. This is the type of buy that they would want to do it with. All the nades and weapons in the world. No off to mirror that of Cadian, but here comes Stown. He's getting aggressive on the A site, sees a head tucked into the corner, and he has teammates here, so he can continue to fight this. He can try and force the issue if they think they can trade, but it's too slain versus Heroic. Luckily, they get some back, but Gade still bests them to the man advantage, and Snappy just wants to get the hell out of Connector. They don't want to give up anything else. They can still recover from a 2v3, but almost made better. Had he found Kierby in Monster, it's an even keel. Instead, it's a desperate clutch. Cadian. If he can get Kierby before any sort of bomb is planted, then a 1v2 is not impossible. So this is the kill he knows he can find.
Well, if he kills Kierby, the bomb can just avoid him, right?
Yeah.
So it's, I don't even know. Maybe it works better that he just, but he's got the USP, he's kind of wandering with it. Oh, would have been nice there. But yeah, he doesn't know exactly where people are. He's just trying to get info, and they can just play mind games with him. We move into the last round of the half. It's 7-7 now, and I couldn't tell you who really did better, you know, in some sense. There was a nice start, a nice adjustment for Heroic. A lot of these rounds are really topsy-turvy, and some of them are ending early just because of all the kills that happened in the default. Doesn't seem like much of them are clutch situations towards the end. In fact, we've only had 3 bomb plants.
Yeah.
The entire round, or entire half.
1v1, so defaults win games. This not much of a default. Poor Heroic. Strapped for cash in the last round of their CT half. Got grenades to play around these SMGs, but I feel like Cadian's really got to shine in this one. They go for that heavy B stack. I mean, we've seen North head down to this B bomb site once they've kind of cleared players off A, but they're not going to find anything at A until they get to the far side of bathrooms. And once they get there, it is that solo op in position. But now you see Heroic starting to second guess themselves, starting to cheat players back towards the depths of spawn. Understandably, you know, they haven't heard any utility usage inside of short. They do hear this inside of connector, however. Cadian wants a bit of help. But he has seen nothing. I mean, we haven't even had shots traded. P9 getting aggressive, plays to the side stairs, being held in by Cajun B. Cadian misses this shot, then that SMG can swing out, but he's not even gonna get a chance to left click. Gade with 2 instant headshots, and they hard clear Esatag. So even though Cadian calls for help, they bolster the bomb site with 3 players, they push forward Mohan. You'd think they'd done everything they could to actually cull some of the North members. They get nothing. They're skinned. And just like that, North are gonna find themselves in a 5 versus 2 in the 15th round of their T side. Starting 5-1, giving up 6 in a row, and now finishing with the last 3 rounds of the half. This is gonna be a really good place for North to be in as they swap over. Gade's had enough. He gets to the top of the scoreboard in that final round, 14-8. We'll be back after the break for the second half of Overpass. North standing tall at the end of the first half. Happy to have gained those last 3 rounds at the final chance, Launders. It seemed like Heroic had stabilized, but I feel like that closing portion of the first half kind of puts everything back in question. And that's where I'm left, scratching my head wondering, where the hell does this end?
It no longer feels like North's map pick. Like,
right,
yeah, it doesn't feel like that, like their map pick in some sense. Like it's not as definitive.
But you know, if we've had anything throughout this tournament, it's been like blowout first halves and then near comebacks, or we've had close first halves and then blowouts in the second at times. So I'm not sure. Let's see if North CT's side is something to praise. MSL definitely gets some points for that one. The old left, right, down long, and he even falls back into bank, anticipating that Heroic will probably just continue their train of thought into this A-bomb site. He is smoked off, and Borup's gonna have close positioning on that dumpster, so it doesn't sure the plant. But there's a flank. AZ's gonna get into this, and unfortunately for the T's, they may not have much left over, so they're just gonna try to desperately push past the dumpster. Tag 1v4, nice kill versus MSL, but so be it. They've lost the second pistol, and North find 9 early.
Yeah, that's important. That's important. Yeah, maybe their CT side's going to be even a little bit better. It was a good start, tapered off a bit, and now we move into the second half. North take a very important pistol to just to, like, solidify a lead. I think all they need is a bit of a kick in the pants to get back in the driver's seat, right? Because they seem to be playing with like high confidence, and then it slowed down a bit. That was a nice 2-piece from MSL, a little bit fortunate. And Gabe towards the end of that last half was just starting to quietly turn up the momentum as well. Like, stepped on the nos.
Gate scares me.
You know what I'm saying?
One of those guys who I like.
He looks like he would be a superhero in his off time.
Yeah.
Right?
He's like full-sized Elige.
Yeah, right. Inflated Elige.
Couple more shots down range here. I like the aggression coming out of North, really kind of taking it on their own accord, and positioning Cajun to slip one between the eyes of Snappy. Poor guy doesn't even get trade fragged, and then they're immediately gone. I mean, they've done what they wanted. They got aggressive on both sides of that A position. They get a 5 versus 3, and now they can just fall back into their bomb site happily, pass the ball back to Heroic, and watch them miss the 3 throw.
You said 3 throw.
Yep.
I heard you.
Yeah, it was a mixture of free throw and 3-pointer.
Both would be good.
Yeah, but not what I said. Here are 2 options. I'll take the 3rd.
Still on the moment with the plan. Come on, baby. Where are we at? He's lurking around the bathrooms, and Borup's actually taking the lead here with the bomb behind him. So Ston he's actually wrapping back on bathrooms, ends up dying, losing that duel as well, as if things weren't bad enough. Cadian moves up. Borup is to die first, and Cadian, with only his Galil, will end up getting melted as well. So Heroic off the bomb plant, put together a decent buy, but don't make a decent round of it.
No, they just got smoked. And unfortunately for them too, like that's the round where you get a couple of kills so that when you follow up in this with just pistols, you don't get entirely stomped out. But that's about to happen, Launders, whether they like it or not.
They're a tiny little flame that's about to be pinched.
Yeah. No one's gonna stoke this one. PT50s, no utilities. Lots of movement out here towards A. I like the aggression from North. I like the confidence for them to just try and take these fights. Again, their own decision to get up into the faces of Heroic, to give them nothing more than playground, Mohan. We talk about how much control you can give away at times on the A side of Overpass, but not in rounds like that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of forward aggression outside, out towards the playground area, and just with the ops from Cadian were nice in that first half. MSL trying to meet up and win those duels, and I think he won one of them, but lost the majority. And I think there was also plenty of rifle play as well. Again, we saw so many defaults be the end of the round for the first half. In the second half, it looks like it's shaping up for some of the similar. A similar state of affairs.
Some similars. Now they're so scared. Like, are there 3 people right here again? But there's not.
There isn't.
No, they've decided to take a different look here, North, knowing that they're versus guns. They've fallen back. They've got the nice boost inside of bathrooms. Not something you get to always see, but it's in play. Poor AZ may be walking into his death. Who is that? No, it's down. done. And then immediately falling back. Again, you know, whether that be hyper-aggression onto Fountain, an immediate 5v3 in a bomb site, or in this case, just a little bit of an edge.
I love these setups. I love the long adjustments in the 5v4 specifically. That just seems like the best way to just hold on to A. They trade 1 for 1 here. It's great. They likely get 2, even if not 3. It's perfect. We're about to see if that happens right now. But yeah, it's like they get tons of info early. They stop any long play, which is much harder to stop at the site, and they have the opportunity to trade out effectively. No, Snappy gets that first kill. They're going to clear this hard. One comes out, the jump to go across. They're on even numbers now. That's actually not too bad for Heroic, but they end up losing the long-range duel to AZ in the back line, a third line of defense.
Borup's not going to find line of sight on AZ. Molly could burn him into the open, but Borup looks away. What? He's lucky to be alive, perhaps? I don't know, but what's important is there's still a chance. What's more important is there's not much time. 10 seconds as Snappy rounds that long corner. They know where he's at. And MSL's op sings as he gets into that A site and gets North their 12th round. That's a 5-point lead, Mohan.
Yeah.
But I like it. From, you know, if you're in a 5 versus 3 from A aggression, you just go back to the bomb site, make them come all the way.
Yeah.
If you're in a 5v4, you still go for that long setup. It's a nice bit of variation. You saw that the first player on long could have peeked into the 2-man setting up smoke, lined them up, just mow down.
That was kind of like worst case, right? Like, and they still, because they got the info so early, they had rotations, they had eyes on it.
Here we are playing for short this time around. North trying to keep things
later, AZ.
Real fresh. But Borup not enough, and that upgraded M4 is going to cost the CTs. Good trade frag here versus Gade. He was the last man to hold B, and MSL has found himself all alone real quick.
That's a hard one to explain. Go ahead.
No, please.
Nice pistols. Nice pistol shots. That was a really good round from Borup, and that instant headshot with the M4 as well. He was ready for a second trade to come out. But yeah, it just comes down to very nice trades and very nice opening pistol kills. There's enough people there on B to defend the site. Yep. They just kind of all failed.
No, and then you even see Gade, like he gets kind of drawn in. You know, if his second teammate doesn't die on short, then he's maybe playing barrels or he's over behind the pillar on site in a better position to deal with this flurry out monster, but that is not the case. Heroic adding 1 to the board, getting 2 M4s in this, and cutting the lead to 4. So still very much in this game. But North easily rebuy into this. Not a problem. Op included still for MSL.
I don't know if he was meant to throw that, but decided not to. Late flash instead. Cadian comes to meet Kirby at the stairs. He's fallen off after throwing the initial Molotov, maybe to bait attention. MSL and AZ combined for 2 frags nice and early. Out to short. This time they win it. They decide to go for the same play. They said, we're just going to do it better this time. And they deliver.
Listen, kid, that deagle, not going to happen.
Yeah, try it again. I bet you couldn't do it with rifles, and there it is. They couldn't. Late trade from Snappy, but yeah, he actually pushes all the way through the monster tunnel, gets the kill at headshot, falls back. That's something. He takes some damage in response. They're still down. They lack information now that he's fallen out, but he really didn't have business staying there longer, so he did the best that he could. I mean, he got something. Long setup here for North as they've gone up a man. And again, if this long player doesn't see anyone come to him, he can start the long flank into the bathrooms as well.
So either they go out and flush him, which will take some crucial time off of the 40 seconds that remains, and could very well put somebody into an untradeable position, or they go 3 members down bathrooms, and as you just said, leave that flank open. So curious to see what KRB opts to do. He could fall back to play on site, hit him with the hard flank, perhaps even play into the retake, but for the time being, he's just gonna hold his ground. And MSL hears this bomb plant now. He's gonna peek wide, sees the player, and drops him to 18 health, but can't actually body bag anyone, not like Esatag. He gets himself a double. Third, as Cajun comes around the dumpster, he's packed right into it.
Oh my God.
Later, loser. That is a 9th round for Heroic.
Nice, man. Esatag is such a beast sometimes. That was so good.
Very, very nice.
Poor MSL gets the tag probably in the leg through the wall as well to not kill him, because you'd think that would still kill. So it wasn't through the wide side of the box, even though it was through 2 corners. It was still very, like, just the very edge of it, and couldn't finish the frag. Misses the second one as well. S-Tag turns that into 3.
Yeah, some sort of tomfoolery.
Nuts.
It's all right, MSL will certainly shake that off, but North in their entirety are actually shaken right now because they don't have much money to buy. Remember, AZ survived that one M4, but nobody else is going to come into this. No money spent. How about a B rush? Could be all it takes. Remember, AZ, that one rifle here, so if he can get some early damage done, maybe set Heroic scrambling into the USPs, North could make magic happen. Looks like Heroic will give North time to breathe.
Yeah, which is smart. It seems like just a passive default, just to wait him out of the aggressive spots is the answer. Collecting more outside B than towards A, where there's so many ways that they can be pushed and crunched. They're going now for the late triple boost here. Trying to use AZ the best as possible. You got to appreciate that, considering his weapon. He's just going to try to play it safe here so he can push into the corner. He has to look forward or he'll just slide off the boost. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, no, don't do it now.
Womp, womp, womp.
They argued about that for a second.
Yeah.
You really don't want to try that boost after you make noise.
The other left. No, back. No, please. And nothing happens. Yeah. So that could have been a nice setup. You know, there was definitely players in short, but then they just, they're so disappointed with themselves that they completely leave the bomb site.
Yeah, they march the Penguins out of there.
And just like that, this round is won by Heroic. So that lead of North cut down to only 2.
That's disappointing because they were doing cool stuff with AZ. They were boosting him in every turn. They were not making sure not to just waste their USPs, and he does end up living at the end of the day, which is also good. And they don't give him free money by letting them have these USP kills, so that's not too bad for a full eco from North. Full eco, the save gun. They didn't spend money, it's a full eco.
It's good for Heroic, I'm sure. They'll feel like they are in the driving seat. USP is not offering any more money over to Heroic. So the old 10-man survivor. See, a little pacifism. Got to keep it balanced.
I wonder if the second pistol is going to play a factor in North's win if they do pull it off, because they just like they've just like struggled a little bit. Yeah. In those last few rounds. A lot more bomb plants already this half, which is a nice sign, I'd say, for Heroic. Was maybe a point of contention there for North, who couldn't do that very often in the first half. Could have maybe had more options or more opportunities to win rounds.
North did give away rounds in the middle of the first half, though, and were able to get back in control of things. So let's see if this is the round where they turn it back. They've got 3 players ready for this one smoke man. Borup excellently done. He got even 2? Gets the second? That's not supposed to happen.
That's sick.
It's manageable. You know, round not lost yet, but it's gonna leave a mark. MSL, smart, drops the first off monster, and Cajun just hoping he's covered right now because he could smell these keys. They've given up their back. Down. Cadian with a double. He burns MSL, and that's crucial because it's what puts this bomb down.
Interesting, Kirby on a big flank this early. He has to start walking. They haven't heard him, though. So he might be able to make this a 1v1.
He doesn't have a kit, but I'm going to check the site. I don't see one anywhere, Launders. It's not looking good for him. Time, his 3rd opponent in this moment.
Oh, it's Planet for Heaven. I think he might have been spotted there by the jump from Cadian. Lets the shot ring off, and yeah, as you mentioned, if there's no kit for him to find at this point, it's just a bit too late.
There's nothing he can do. The bomb is so far gone. He just wants to get out of here with his M4 if he can, but unfortunately, he can't go back to the entrance.
He has to wait a little longer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cadian realized he might just be trying to wrap the perimeter of the site.
Smooth moves from Heroic. I mean, Borup, I'd love to see that second kill.
That was crazy, man.
Not only does he just skim the head off the booster, but then he had 2 players in his face and managed 1.
He was the VIP. He had 3 players. There was 2 pushing short and the boost.
Stop. Right before
he was
dying.
A wanted man, and they knew exactly the push that he would come out with, and they still lost 2 players.
You know, I'd like to hope that if I'm ever in that spot, I'm going down in a blaze of glory.
Right.
I'll be damn sure I'm not going down alone, Launders.
Yeah, it's like the rule of prison, right? You just got to jump on the biggest guy.
Yeah. First day in.
First day in.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did.
You turned out okay.
I think so. Still have 7 toes. Quick work of the pistol players in connector, understandably. Not much to play off of here for North. AZ thought maybe he could run away, but they just spam him through the doorway, so further damage done. But I like that North aren't hiding on the bomb site. You know, they're still just creepy crawling around, looking to hit the T's with heads turned. Heroic don't have to force the issue. They don't have to fumble this on their own, because essentially it's their round to lose. So North are hoping they flush out a mistake. Not yet the case. Gonna go ahead and smoke off Heaven and run into this B bomb site with numbers, but keep your eye on the radar, because Kierby's got a huge flank on 2 players in Monster. He goes ahead and drops the bomb. This gives his teammates time to get onto the site. But what more can they do? There's 20 seconds. Heroic, they can't turn tail to the A site, so they have to clear out B. And North, they're gonna know this. All they need are headshots. And as they round the top of ramp, they'll find nothing. Heroic, they keep themselves in control, they keep themselves composed, and they tie this up at 12.
It was a bit tougher. It was just the pistols that was the ultimate deciding factor, I'd say. They still had enough time to clear out all the angles, so there wasn't a whole lot they could do. But yeah, as you mentioned, if like Cajun comes out a miraculous headshot, then they've got something going. But from there, at least it's kind of cool. Kirby's finding these openings, these big flanks. He's working alone, pushing A and finding the right opportunities to do it. So that's nice. He's being very resourceful in that regard. North is going to call a timeout. They've got stuff to talk about, and I don't know exactly what they can talk about that they need to do better, because like in some of these rounds, I'm seeing good ideas, just they're not following up. But almost because Heroic are just like a little bit too good. Like some of their, like BO3, for example, taking control of short by himself. Like, well, how could you deal with that better? You're supposed to do exactly what they did. You're supposed to also get the kill.
Yeah, it's supposed to work.
Yeah. Okay, ton of attention outside the Monster. And the flash is inside. 3 here at B.
Yeah, last 6 rounds of this second map. And Borup's already on the bomb site, but Ace is the one who takes the top side of the block. And he's got vision down towards Monster. They are stuck in no man's land. And it's not as though they have a bailout plan. It's everybody in and everybody getting sent out. Gade completely comes out through smoke, trying to give chase to the last member. Not a single player falls for North. Where does that round come from?
I don't know. I think, the Monster explode can make sense. So here's the thing. They know that North have gone for short control a couple of times, right? So if they have 2 players on short control, then it's a problem if the Monster explode comes in and they're not in position to rotate in. Especially if they only see 1 person in the site, then they know that North have gone for short control once again. Then they can smoke them out and just watch their flank at Monster. They have that info. But this time, North do look at short with the boost, but that's from within the site. No one's actually pushed off. So there's just 3 people ready to defend, which makes it the wrong round to do a Monster rush. But the idea, I guess, from Heroic made sense based on what they'd seen from those previous 2 rounds.
I love that Borup is not afraid to keep contesting short. Ooh, he's gonna get sent back with a little bit less health.
That's a really good spam. He'll stick around, wait for a jump. The whole Nico treatment on short B. Yeah. I mean, you can be by yourself, like that's the whole deal with it. Very powerful spot too. Kirby hoping not to have tossed that smoke early. If he could save it. Flash goes high, MSL will let the shot ring off. No body bags for him.
It was Cadian flashing for himself there, so not able to catch MSL while he's still extended, but Kirby just walks into his death.
Yeah, I guess the flash came out a little bit earlier. They thought there would be way more players close. As they're now moving into position, MSL gets a kill. Will he be able to fall back? Yeah, he does.
Let's see if he can hang on. 35-second mark, and he's going to put that molly down. Here's the flank from AZ. He's in position, but Esatag sends him barreling back down the staircase, and now Gade has to just panic rotation back towards B, but remember, Bomb is still sitting on long. They are hitting both sites with smokes right now. They're just trying to play both portions of the map, trying to trick North into this, and MSL gives up his position, clamping down his Cadian. 10 seconds, and that bomb's planted. Gade in the 1v4. One of those rounds that is just minute differences could have painted a completely different picture.
Yeah, Esatag winning his duel versus AZ.
Yep.
Yeah, if Gade doesn't have to move because of that, because he's scared, or if they just overstack and hope it's A, then maybe they have a better chance. But MSL's already taken a bunch of damage. I think the one biggest guff was when Kirby ends up going for the peek off the flash, and then it's like there's like no one even close to him. If they had been a bit more patient in that situation and let them execute into themselves, because there was already Gade, MSL, then it would have been Kirby as well, they might have had a better defense on top of that.
Sure.
So they try to end the round a little bit early, and they maybe didn't need to. I think a very unlucky one was the Esatag AZ duel.
Yeah,
but Esatag did come to clear stairs. He didn't just like randomly pull out his gun.
No, that was completely
He wanted to fight.
on point. But with such little health, the difference, again, one of those kills anywhere for North's favor could have changed things. Not the case. We're all tied up at 13. I already have numbers out towards long. 2 players from North here. I'm curious to see if they hyperextend out towards Playground. Looks like Heroic are going to wait for exactly this.
Always a really scary setup to be out here this close at long. You have to fight. There's no way to fall back easily, especially if you're 5 men. Kirby up front of the rock. Flash is meant to go high and over you. And then you just duel. Cadian breaks into the angle and wins the fight. The peak isn't there in time, but it will be just a rifle play that's good enough to take the op out. Esatag ends up trading him out, so it's 2 for 1 in favor of Heroic. That information isn't as valuable this early and that far away, so it's more about the kills. There's not much solace here for North.
Ooh, this is big. Because Borup's been watching short this entire time, so Gade getting into short control by way of Monster is one thing. Heroic are going to come out, clear this. I mean, they realize there's the possibility Gade's tucked away, but do they hard clear? Yeah, they still line up, and he nails both. Luckily, it's traded from Borup, but that's an advantage taken away from Heroic as they scramble into the B site. They'll plant, but MSL's up close.
Yeah, that's heard. He's going to be worried about the right side site peek. But it doesn't seem like Stone has any plans of doing that. They know that someone's up close left.
Stone has to come up big, or Borup, he can just hold this cross. MSL flicks onto the site, and now it's just the 1v1. Oh! Down, and North have done it. They've broken the spree of victories. They get back onto the board. Back and forth we go, Launders. This is tight. This is exactly what you want when you get down to the last 5 rounds.
That is pretty wonderful for MSL. That 1v2 is huge.
My question is, though, I mean, Borup, when he tucks himself under heaven, you're thinking he has a solid hold on the cross, but Stone jumps onto the box.
Right, onto the box.
He gives away the kill in a 2 versus 1.
Yeah, he makes, like, that shot it's a required...
Really tough.
It's
like,
a required flick for MSL, and it's like half of his body, but does he need to pop up before Borup's able to duel?
Stone falls back down ramp to play Monster, or tucks behind Pillar. He's got to get Borup instead, and anytime he's dueling Borup, you know MSL's fully exposed on plat.
That's a good point, yes. And yeah, if Borup even dies, Stone's still guaranteed the kill because MSL's on the op. Can't like spray transfer, so yeah, that's definitely one of the more clear missteps, I suppose.
Yeah, and when you're facing elimination, when the score is 13 apiece,
right,
and you're already 9 and 21.
Oh my God,
that
sounds so bad.
I'm trying to. Luckily, the silver lining, folks, is that we are not going into any economic woes. It is still gun rounds, baby. And there's money in the bank for Heroic as well, so let's see. This is a crucial round for North. They've bottomed out the bank accounts, trying to get this 15th on the board. They gave up 5 in a row in this half. They gave up 6 in a row at the middle portion of the first half. But it has been North who, when the pressure's applied at the end of these sets of 15, so far they've prevailed. It's not over for either. But here we go.
Oh, no way.
Fully flashed.
It's what Cadian wanted with that flashbang. MSL eats it fully, finishes the meal, cleans the plate, licks it, puts it in the dishwasher, and still ends up getting the frag.
Oh, and now they just start trickling in all over the place. MSL with a follow-up op shot. Kierby swings out from bathrooms, and then this is the classic overpass situation. Oh, a 5v2? Sit on your bomb sites. I mean, even if these 2 players had enough utility, which they don't, a single flash for Borup, they have all the advantages in the world. MSL is the difference maker, whether that be his 1 versus 2 clutch down on the B site or what is this round now. 3 kills already his. Sure, he gets tapped by Borup. That's something to play off of, but he doesn't even have the bomb. He's gonna clear another body and take little damage.
Okay, you know what? Borup's winning.
Don't count him out of this.
No, he has got no time to do anything cool. Unfortunately, he'll have to brute force his way into the A site.
Ooh.
I don't know, maybe, like, does he even want to go for it?
Yeah, why not? This is when men are made, so he swings out wide. Cajun's on the box. He gets the first. A sweeping spray down would have been glorious, but you can't blame him. He falls a little short. MSL has been the difference maker, not just for North across this entire event so far, but damn, these last 2 rounds, it's been him.
He's amazing. Yeah, he's been amazing.
Whatever his monthly costs are, Launders, he's earned it.
Yeah, he's earned it. Yeah,
in those 2 rounds alone.
This month, January, he's earned the wage.
Damn. And to think, again, North, they won the last 3 rounds of the first half. They could right now do the exact same thing to close this game at 16-13.
They could, yeah.
Eliminate
everybody
Heroic.
wants number 2. That's
Yep.
all this tournament is about. Is about proving who is number 2. Who is the number 1 number 2 in the world in Denmark? That's what they want so badly.
And it's looking like North are going to get their chance at Mad Lions if they can best Big tomorrow, because the winner of this matchup has Big to deal with in their semifinal.
Good practice, either way.
Renegades, Mad Lions, and Big are playoff teams. North or Heroic will join them. But Heroic, they are against the ropes. Let's see. Get their creep walk into short B. Borup able to tuck himself into the closer corner. Lots of bodies for Heroic out here on Monster. They're just going to use some flashbangs to try and get past, but the numbers are here for North. It's stacked. Sure, they're blinded, and they're welcoming Heroic in, but let's see how the frags unfold, because right now it's Snappy's double flash assist to really get it going. Cajun comes in from his corner, and he's not able to stand tall. Snappy trades it, and just like that, 3 survive. Deep nade from MSL gets it done. Mohan, we're going the distance.
We are going the distance, yeah, all the way to round 30. That was another round similar to the one we saw previously where it was a full-on monster hit. 3 people in the site, enough to defend. Definitely enough to take down 3. But here they all end up failing. I mean, it's pretty much Cajun, the only one while they're defending to get a kill. That sucks. And they avoid the kind of the MVP of the last couple of rounds in MSL by just trying to hit B quickly. It was a risk on behalf of Snappy to try to go for a similar strategy to one that fell so hard on his face earlier in the half. One where they lost a round, didn't even get a kill. And we know that there has been a lot of attention towards B. I don't know what MSL is saying, but I really do want to.
Yeah.
I want to know what MSL is saying right now.
Really, really good, I mean, not MSL included, but really good video came out of North's comms from DreamHack Seville.
Were they calm?
Yeah.
They were calm and
Yeah, decent.
Chill?
Yeah, energy when needed.
Nice.
You know?
Was it Danish?
Watch the video, dude. Just saying. Stop with the frickin' questions.
It was really digging deep with those.
I'm just saying the content's out there if you want to consume it, you know?
Had a great title.
Heroic, calling in their pause. 10 seconds to figure this one out. We have not had an overtime yet this event. It is the final map, perhaps, of the second day. And now could be the time, because look at the buy from North Launders. It's dilapidated. But if you want anybody to be fully equipped, at this point, I'd say it's MSL, and he's got that full belt of utility with an AWP to boot. Not to mention, a lot of bodies perhaps stacking up outside of Monster for him.
There haven't been a lot of weak force buys or ecos that we can point to that have just like gone the wrong way, so would be surprised if this doesn't end up going to OT. The only difference could be MSL, and he is playing in the B side. Maybe this is why he was talking so much. Can he come up big? He takes a lot of damage. So many flashes, the chain flashes back to back.
That is sick. Cajun at bat gets only one, and that's just mirrored image of the previous round. Cajun, the only person on the B site who can piece anything together, and I think that's what you have to praise, those flashbangs. MSL, he was ready. You saw him. Very vocal in the dead time, in the pause, talking things over, but what a round there from Heroic. Awesome stuff. I mean, not one that you really kind of lose your mind over because there's no flashy frags. There's just flashy flashbangs.
The flashes were great, though. Yeah, no, that's something to talk about. I mean, that's how you want a lot of rounds to be won. That was like, that's a great call by Snabby. It's so interesting because in the previous rounds, they've done a similar execute, but with far less flashbang. So it was maybe enticing for North to just play as many men in the site as possible, like they used to, and then hope that they come up with the previous result as opposed to the most recent one. And it's not even close because everyone thinks they're safe, sitting at the pillar, headshot, and so forth. Meanwhile, there are just so many flashes that we haven't seen for the rest of the half coming through and just being so incredibly effective. It was such a better execute to hold out there for the 30th round. That was wonderful.
Usually that short control from Borup was really kind of a key piece to the B hits, but to end the half on Monster like that, awesome. Heroic dig deep. They get themselves here into OT. So our first OT in Leipzig. Exciting stuff. What I love as well is, you know, we get away from those half buys, we're straight into the full-fledged purchases. Money for days.
Oh, he was in a tough spot. He could not peek over that smoke, but at the same time was exposed the whole time. MSL, oh my God, he will get eaten alive by Borup as well. This man is so good on his own. An absolute agent on the server. Total mercenary. And it only gets worse. Wow, everybody just seems to fall apart after that. These big flanks getting caught off guard. Gate goes down. AZ left alone.
Oh, let's do it. Take us to train. Third map, if needed.
The team flash into kill.
Complete and utter shutdown.
They've been getting the challenge frags.
So all that momentum from the end of regulation.
This was
shining.
Rough. That was
in
rough.
OT.
Kirby could have tucked in as hard as possible, but then he would have been totally useless until the smoke went up.
I love the way Borup's playing around smoke.
He's doing awesome, yeah.
Kind of caught my eye inside of short B. This time flexes in connector. But MSL is going to try and stop this, puts that AWP immediately ahead of them. Here comes Borup, just charging through the smokes of short. MSL not feeling safe now that he's been tagged down to 16 HP. A little bit of wallbang damage there. Nothing to write home about just yet.
Wow, Kirby is all on his own. And I mean, he likes this. He's gonna play off the information here, but he doesn't have anyone in short to help him out. He's literally gonna take a risk by hoping no one ever comes upstairs. And now he'll actually work on a big flank. This is a huge round. I mean, this seems like a round that North is highly favored in. Kirby has all the info at A. He seems pretty confident no one's coming up the stairs. He's working on a big flank, and he's got 4 teammates looking forward in the B site, holding down 2 choke points.
Here come that utility, though. Trying to get in the mix with the counter grenades all over the place. Kirby's got a big flank, and Snappy, he walks right into the spray down. 5 versus 3, turn 2, and they are finally shut out of this B site. Where was this in regulation?
There was some big flanks from Kirby. This one was even faster, but it's kind of mad. Like, he was all alone. And he made that heads-up play. That's huge. They can scramble back to A, but I don't know. Yeah.
Desperate attempt. Whoa. Tag's gonna get tagged up by that. Cadian's hoping his teammate can cover for his plant, but no, not gonna happen. 5 alive for North here as they keep it tied at 16 rounds apiece.
Yeah, dominant round to answer back against a dominant round. Very cool stuff. And again, it's literally one player that wins it. It's off of info. He gets the 2 kills, but they're the easiest kills of his life. He gets them because he was here on time.
See, and that's why you got to be punctual in life.
Right, yeah. You know? Punctuality is next to godliness or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Something like that. Buckle up. Last round of the first half in overtime. Borup on the forefront of the B site. Very much alone in this moment. Still early days at the 1.5-minute mark. I was curious, if he hears a lot of utility usage, maybe he tries to slip in amidst the distracted North. MSL missing a shot. That could have been an opening 5v4, but it's not. MSL burned as he tries to retreat, but Kierby again has heads. Estetai checks him and is now able to double back and trade it. Damn, that could have gone way worse for Heroic.
That's true.
Oh, and a flash from Borup. Double kill for Snappy. Clears out this B site. AZ is still in this mix. He's gotten himself the kill onto Snappy. That cuts off the front runner of the T's. Heroic still on this site, but AZ holds it. Locking it down at the 45-second mark. Heroic can change direction, and he's gonna see them go. Oh, substantial spam damage.
Not only that, information. They have to decide, is it going to be a gamble upstairs? Are they going to rotate back? And it looks like he's thinking they're going to second guess themselves. Cadian's making his way over to long. They're committing to A, so now it's just going to be the full out retake. But they're low. He's got HP. He has a kit. He has a flash. He could totally still win this.
It's going to boil down to how much time they have to set up a strong post plant. What kind of crossfire can they establish by the time he gets up there? 10-second mark and he sees nothing, so he's going to start expediting his moves up to A. Wastes no time. He doesn't try and block sound, and he just dies. Walks right into the scope of Cadian off the plant. You know, tried to rush the issue, tried to catch one off guard, and instead he is denied any re-entry to A. So awesome for them to leave connector. You know, AZ in a 1 versus 3. It's a good thing that Snappy was actually so far ahead of his team, because if the other players were still there, they may not have gotten away so easily.
True. Yeah, he's a selfless player in that regard. Like, he knows he can just go in. He's not worried about dying so much, just worried about getting the job done, and does do just that. That's awesome. And there's a great flash as well from Borup to assist with that play. And overall, a good half from Heroic. These 2 T rounds were pretty impressive, and even though North was also impressive, it's only 1 for 3. So now we go into the next half. Heroic on the CT side, not sure how they're going to feel.
It's been a while since they've been here.
Yeah. And I feel like North collected themselves towards the end and started off strong in the first half. Last time Heroic were on CT, we'll see what's changed. $19 to win.
Yeah.
18 apiece for OT number 2. That's what we're looking at.
Silence falls across the server. Everybody knows that this first round is going to mean a lot. Patience is key. Nobody shows face towards Cadian. Long A is the one spot that's completely open, but that's aggression from Estetai at the base of ladder. The delayed flick nearly costs Cadian. He's able to eject though, and the only reason he gets out confidently is because Estetai pushes bottom ladder. Now Snappy's emptying his utility here on the site, and he's calling for help. He wants a rotation. He's spotting players on the cusp of this bomb site. AZ already gonna prioritize that plant. Gabe caught jumping. Borup shies not away from the fight. He gets into the mix. Starts throwing punches with teammates ahead of him. It's easy to trade back just one, and Kierby in a 1 versus 4. With the bomb planted for him, it's doable, but it would have to be godly. They still have a full belt of utility on Estetai, and he's only on 57 health. He's inside of the bathrooms, and he's down for the count. Borup not shying away yet again. So just like that, Heroic take 18 and secure double OT at the very least.
Showing that they can start off strong on CT side as well. Dominant here in this post-plant position. That was really, really good from Heroic. And we know now more about their CT side. Beautiful stuff. That first drop off shot from Cadian in the beginning of the round seemed like the one that was going to be worrisome later on, but it wasn't. They still had teammates that could pick up the slack. And now Heroic have a stranglehold on the game. They need one to close this and bring it to a third map in a situation where in the beginning of the first half it looked like this was going to be a clean 2-0 for North. They were definitely in charge of things. But now we have a situation where maybe we're trading map picks.
Yep, could very well be. It's either double OT or map 3. Train, oh, that'd be awesome. I feel like Heroic, if they can win this, after having lost their nuke pick, it's a full reset going into that one, but let's focus on the here and now. We've got Kierby again trying to play up towards short, very much on his own. North, 0 A control.
Tethered between the two angles on bathrooms, like very shallow, not seeing a lot. A slave to the actions of the T's right now. MSL comes out with the initial duel. BO3 answers, but gets answered back to really quickly.
Also just gets his head popped. And that's it, North. They get close enough to the bomb site to just immediately sprint and stampede in. Cadian and Estetag, why not try for the clutch? Let's see what happens, but the Opera's denied up close. Estetag knows there's one near, and he does clear him with minimal health loss. It's gone. No reason to save at all. But, you know, maybe he just doesn't believe in himself more.
I don't know, yeah.
Like, bro, you guys got like $80,000 here.
Fighting for OT number 2.
Damn.
We go into the next round.
I mean,
again, heroic, just like tons of money to work with.
Once you find yourself in overtime, this is where you always want to be, where the 6th round in overtime decides whether it's GG or a continuation. You know, nobody likes a 3-0 blowout in overtime.
Yeah, of course not.
So let's do it. Let's do it. The final round where Heroic are looking to shut North down.
Interesting, we have that same kind of B explode, but MSL wasn't calling that a lot on their T side out towards Monster. OT is where things change. It's where your playbook is run dry. You've done all 30 rounds of the match. You know how the other team play. You've had some time to like ruminate, think about all the strategies that have come your way, and now you want to try to reinvent yourself if possible. And they come out with even more simplistic strats than what they use in regulation.
Yeah, kind of
the most interesting part.
Hitting Heroic with a taste of their own medicine. That's what we saw Heroic use to get into.
You must like this strat because you're not good at stopping it.
Yeah. But again, 5 up on both sides. Squeaky door blown open. Trying to spam through, trying to connect shots by chance. They hear the utility, the activity in the base of Connector. It's a risky position from Estetag. He's gotten away with this before, so let's see if it happens yet again. Oh, continuation spray is good to drop AZ, but Gade trades it. And Cadian doesn't want to stick around here. You cannot afford to offer over a 4v3 at this point. You've got a minute on the clock, and you can still just rely on holding sites.
They're going to go for that long adjustment. Cadian asking for some help.
Big push.
Begging for some attention. BO3
has been the player of the game for me.
My goodness, yeah, he has actually now taken control of Monster, cleared out B, given attention to Cadian. They're going to push. They're looking for a boost. This might end up being, oh my god, it's the player in the back. Goes down the no-scope to combine. Gade, however, kills him and his friend all the way in the back. And will now take the chance to run up into A with the bomb out, but he's got another player to kill, and he's aware of it, but he trades that information to Kirby, who ends it for him.
But he plants in the open? BO3's given a chance to still clutch this. This would be huge. After an awesome map, can he keep going? He would be gunning for 31 frags, and he sees the second, drops him, and now both players to basically 10 HP. BO3 with a Molotov could burn him into the open if he wants, but the bomb continues to tick. And Gade with that flash, 3 kills in the round, near single-handedly keeps North in this. A one-man army that has the brains to move back around Dumpster, a smoke to block it off. He's fumbling utility. BO3 under pressure goes down, and North wins the round. This map's not over.
Feels weird. First OT for us in 2020, first OT on land in 2020, and this is one of the closest, I mean, this is the closest map that we've seen because we haven't gotten
you looked away from the screen, dude.
We just see
the Gade second kill. The one that was all the way down towards APC.
Oh, yeah.
Just one tap.
Oh, my God. That's
Done.
crazy. And there's a Cadian. Cadian kills the guy in the back.
Yeah.
Gade comes out, kills the guy in the back first. These 2 kills that were so unlikely.
When Cadian is seeing that kneecap sticking out,
Yeah.
and he's peeking into what he knows is going to be a boost, but then
sweating.
a third player comes,
Yeah.
he's got to readjust. Like, what a panicked moment. If he lands that no-scope up close too, like, one of those rounds that play it back 10 times and you're going to get 10 different results.
He would, yeah.
But it
We got one of the more unlikely ones,
yeah,
for sure.
In this, a double overtime. Let's go.
We got a hollow foil in that pack.
You know, these teams want to fight Mad Lions, potentially. They want a second chance at taking back that second best Danish title. Cadian, he's had enough.
Nice.
Man disadvantage doesn't stop him from getting into the fray.
Right, yeah, good for Cadian, you know, going out there, taking a risk when they need it.
Shooting shots.
They steal back the frag. It's not going to come to them for free. Snappy all alone in the stairs. There's been a lot of trust with these players who have made big individual plays, moves around the map, all alone. And the information they've gained has just won rounds. Kirby, Borup, just to name a couple. It's a congregation that might end up in a squeeze on Snappy. Seems like a tension might come his way. Oh my God, Kirby has no idea that he's congealed into this position. That's going to be a free frag. If he wants to take it, he can wait, but he won't because he sees Kirby frantically rotating back to the other side. His teammates will be alerted.
So understandably, Cadian's just going to start sprinting upwards, trying to put up some kind of a line of defense before the teams go for the hit, but he misses his first shot. He's going to opt to run forward towards the truck. Dodging flashbangs and trying to land bullets, he will. He even dodges some, almost being given a chance at another, but here's MSL covering the flank, equalizing it into the 2v2, but down he goes, and you're right, the bomb is key. It's been blocked off by the Molotov gate. He'd have to sprint, take it, and go back, but they know they can play this clock. Heroic may have just locked down a 19th round.
Is there even hope?
No, there's not.
Plant.
He's desperate for the plant, and it's done. It's over. Oh, North, they try to rotate up to that A site, but they leave behind the bomb.
No, MSL has a chance, even after he gets the first kill, to get away if he falls back through within bathrooms. But he doesn't know if the second player that he knows is there has gone wide enough to clear bathrooms, so in his head, it's 50-50. I peek the outside of bathrooms, I hopefully get the kill, but hopefully there's no one there and he can fall back. But he makes the wrong assumption. It's the player who's standing just where his last victim was also standing. Early peek, Cadian takes out Cajun, the homing missile from the off at the end of stairs. Short control traded, but not worth the life and certainly not worth a second. 5v3 already for Heroic.
Damn. This one looking convincing. Gade's gonna try his best to get into the B site. That's such a good flashbang. The Barrels player's blind, and still they're able to trade to some sort of a success. At least it's a 1v3 for AZ. And he's got the bomb to play off of, a Molotov to deny them. They can run through if they want. But the more time he takes, the closer that flank gets in ESTA tag.
That's tough.
So he'll just punch in the digits. They'll give him the plant, confident in a retake. They're low on utility. Of course they all have kits, but AZ, well, he's taking a forward position and he already shuts down one. Now he knows that Snappy's coming in off at the same spot and he hears the footsteps. Oh, info's his, but the kills are not. That is Heroic, locking down their B-site retake 20-18.
Up 2-1 in this half. A really nice attempt there from AZ. You love how he played that. I mean, they didn't give him anything.
No.
He had to get the bomb down, used his utility just fine, tried his hardest to find a kill before the bomb got planted, and even in that 3v1, almost locked out that last 1v1. Yep. The spray was a headshot, you know, then we have a different round. So that's a very, very tricky situation. Made the most of it.
Really good duel two on ramp between the sight box and the sandbags to isolate those two players who were almost shoulder to shoulder, but only one could see him. So just sick positioning, loses the aim duel. Had he won that, a single bullet could have closed the 1v3.
Looking for 22 here.
Yeah.
Or we go into another OT.
And I mean, Heroic would love to win this round because if they do, worst case scenario is triple overtime.
Right. Putting their best foot forward here on both halves at the start of the OT in the first. 2 rounds on T here, 2 rounds on CT. At a certain point, Heroic or North will not be able to tie up. Cadian's had varying success. The time he's got a teammate, shot goes off early. Gate gets the first kill on his friend, who he cannot help. He's had to fall off the flower bed and recede into a much more passive position. Huge amount of information gained here for North. They know bathrooms is clear. They have a tag on 2 players on A and what their setup was initially. AZ knows about this. He can swing out.
Oh,
Could be an easy trade. He's gone too far. He comes back for more.
Damn, Cadian, but Kirby, he's got information. He sees one fumbling over towards Graffiti. Still, he is shut down. Cadian takes the initiative. He could have just hidden on site had he chose to. Goes it again? What? Oh my God! How is this man alive?
An opera shotgun. Pick.
He's got some sort of aura to keep him standing. Cadian locks it with the 4K. Big showing to lock down that second first half of double OT.
Yeah, they need one more round just because of that.
I mean,
and this is the trade. AZ is tucked there in the corner, just waiting. Doesn't even want his teammate to peek behind him. He's hoping that if KD comes into his angle, he can get the headshot first if possible. Gade ends up being this this person, just an unlucky bystander.
What's really beautiful in this moment too, right, is like the reason that North didn't lose this in regulation is because of MSL's godly plays in round 28 and 29. The reason that they are now poised to take this double OT victory is because of Cadian, and Potter painted a beautiful picture before this game went live, where Cadian was MSL's replacement on North once upon a time. So there is a lot of grudge matches going on right now with these Danes, and this is just a story in the making. So let's keep at it. Kierby, he's going for it. They have nothing to lose at this point. Why not get hyper-aggressive? Why not continue on? The Hawk, good for a second kill off of the grenade, but Snappy will still keep this at a single-man disadvantage. And it's not like there's tons of map control given over. It's just that playground duel that's done.
Way too many fumbles in that last round for North. They cannot let that happen again, and they've got to clean it up for 3 rounds straight, just to go to another OT. Heroic look like they're going to take it to a third map, but at least North are up in this round.
Yeah, they've got a chance.
Yeah, MSL alone, but he's got no enemies at the bottom of stairs. Turns around for his first kill. Yeah. Ston answers quickly, not quickly enough.
Good enough to at least, again, keep them on the front foot. The 3v2 with utility as well. North just got to play these sites. 40 seconds left. And the 2 Ts so split, neither of which with bomb. They're hoping that the counter-terrorists overstep and make a mistake here, but I'll bet all that North don't move.
So much distance here, yeah, it's a bit tense. Time bleeds down, just works more into the CT's favors. Ston will have to make some action happen. Silent jump, and oh, there it is, a first kill. Cracks the crossfire open, but at least is only clued into it.
Yeah, but the thing is, Gade's still so far away at the B site. Snappy, he knows he needs to get this frag and then plant. He gets the kill, and there's time. Just enough time. Another one of these wild 1v1s to decide whether Heroic push this to a third map or if North keep OT going, and they will! Gade, with a smidgen of health, makes the difference. And North still have a chance.
They still have a chance. They're still in it. You wouldn't want it to be that close when they had such a death grip on the action in the mid-round. Like, they had it wrapped up, and still Heroic almost stole it from their hands.
Ooh-wee. Two more rounds of OT.
Yeah, potentially. North could win at the drop of a hat. Right? Sorry, Heroic could win at the drop of a hat right now.
Yeah.
They are good enough. They look good enough right now.
Yeah, this is round by round.
Smoke out the short, spam here. And eventually, we'll certainly see kind of replicas of earlier rounds that we saw. It's going to be hard to call different things over and over again. I think we've got to smoke into short. MSL perched up as he has been. Long distance shot here. Flash is bad. Pops his shot off of the audible. Didn't even need to fall.
Didn't realize he wasn't blind.
Right, you'd think after all of these rounds, like, certainly I'm just going to be blind again like I normally am.
It would have been a killer chance for him to get the 5v4, but they're not going to shy into the bomb site. No.
This is what he's been best at, though. When he's fallen off of missing his first shot, he tends to find another opening. See if a mistake is made.
Stone getting dangerously close to these corners. Long free for the taking at this point, and they're going hard on it. Heroic's 3 members starting to push inwards here. You do see Cajun throw the Molotov, so that burns some time off. MSL missing his shot, and his teammate Kierby's supposed to pick up the pieces, but instead he too is toppled. So now MSL, once that Molly's gone, he knows he's screwed. Heroic, they are going to take this bomb site, but at what cost? They have still a man advantage. AZ hot on their heels, just throws himself into the mix. And Cadian, is he going to save the day again? It seems so. Heroic, push it through. And we're going to train, baby. It took 2 OTs, but they did it. They lose nuke, bounce back on North's map pick.
and the grudge digs deeper. This one's not over yet.
No, that was a wake-up match for me. I think it was a wake-up match for Heroic. I'm happy to see it. Finally an OT, and that was a map that delivered. We have traded map picks. Both teams look good, but this time Heroic, as the map went on, got better and better and better. Let's see about Train.
Some of those individuals, man, that was a beauty of a map to play. I feel like if any of the series we've had so far this event deserved an overtime and deserved a third map, it's this one. 3-2-0s to begin the day, but this last best of 3 is heading on to Train. So we'll see you guys after the break for this final map.